What is going on, Trash Talkers? We are back with another episode for you. Today, we talk about DeShaun Watson's disturbing allegations that he sexually assaulted multiple women. We're going to go through the allegations and tell you everything you need to know from a football perspective. All that and much more coming your way right now! All right, Nick. Well, this is not a topic that neither of us want to discuss, but I believe that it's important not only for us, but for our fans. We've talked about different allegations in the past, and I think we can't overlook it from the DeShaun Watson point of view. I'm going to just jump right into it a little bit, and then we can have a discussion. But 14 civil cases have been filed against Houston Texans quarterback DeShaun Watson through Tuesday that accuse him of a range of actions during massage appointments over the past year or so, from refusing to cover his genitals to forced oral sex. Watson has denied the allegations in the lawsuits. He has also gotten one of the best attorneys that he could possibly find in the Houston area to help defend him. The lawsuits do not name any specific women to protect their identity, and a summary of the alleged behavior, according to the lawsuits, is on ESPN. You can check it out there. They go through all the different accounts that have been, talked about and accounted for. I'm not going to break each and every single one down, so go there and check it out. But with the 14 cases, there's approximately 10 more that are expected to come out. We're looking at a total of 24 total women who are basically saying that DeShaun Watson did something wrong as far as sexually assaulting them or just doing something that he shouldn't have while they were giving him massages. Most of them start out the same way, by him pointing to his genitals and them telling him, or him telling them to massage in his groin area, and that's really how every single one starts, and then it gets progressively more in detail from there. This is disturbing. There's a lot of things that I can attach to it, but I need to state the fact here. These are civil cases. He is not being criminally prosecuted, and these are allegations. These are not proven. There is nothing that has said that he is guilty yet. I want to believe these women. I want to believe that everything they say is factual, but we live in a country where you are innocent until proven guilty, and I truly and honestly believe in that sentiment. And I am here to reiterate that today, that DeShaun Watson is currently innocent of all charges. He has not been levied any penalty by any court, criminal or civil, does not matter. That this is where we stand right now. DeShaun Watson right now is innocent, and I believe that we have to discuss this a little bit from a football perspective. Nick, I want to bring you in a little bit. What are your thoughts on this and what's going on?
I mean, I agree with you in the fact that these are disturbing allegations, and I hope that these women get their justice if, in fact, we find that DeShaun Watson did these crimes. But for the time being, as far as DeShaun Watson and his time in the NFL, I don't think the NFL should take any action. I think that the NFL needs to wait and see how this plays out. You cannot go against our judicial system and say that he is guilty until proven innocent by saying he has to take a leave of absence from football. You have to wait until everything is laid out in front of them and they have all of the details and nothing is missing, and they can make a decision for themselves, just like they have in every other instance in the past. They have not ever jumped to a conclusion, and I expect them to not jump to a conclusion in this case. I fully expect that DeShaun Watson is going to be given his due process and that everything is going to come to light. And for his sake, I hope that everything gets resolved. But in the end, this is not something that is going to go away. If we look back to Tiger Woods, he's still dealing with these allegations. And every time that he's, talked about as far as golf or even being in a car crash as of recent, it all comes back to light, and it doesn't matter if DeShaun is found innocent or guilty. It's always going to come to light in everything he does moving forward. So now this is a stigma that will constantly be attached to DeShaun Watson, and that's why we see a lot of teams, as far as trades go, the New York Jets have been the first already to say they're out of the DeShaun sweepstakes. They are moving on. It doesn't matter what the outcome of this civil case is. So I think that DeShaun's career has already taken a massive hit, but it's up to the NFL to do what's right and to not accuse him before the court system does.
I want to take a step back here because if this were any other job, if this were any other profession that Deshaun Watson were a part of, he would most likely be let go. I mean, I'm just going to be straight up with you. If his employer were to find out that these charges were being levied against him by 24 women, any employer would definitely let that person go. Now we're talking about the NFL, so these players are contractors, and his employer is the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans and the NFL through Roger Goodell have the ability to place him on what's called the exempt list. The exempt list allows Deshaun to get paid through his contract, but takes him off the field and takes him away from the team while he deals with this legal matter. We've seen the NFL and multiple other teams utilize this tool to their advantage by taking the player away from the team and then allowing them to focus on the legal issues that they have at hand. We saw this with the Patriots and Antonio Brown. We've seen this with Josh Gordon. We've seen this on multiple different occasions for a various amount of different reasons. The exempt list is a special player status available to clubs only in unusual circumstances. The list includes those players who have been declared by the commissioner to be temporarily exempt from counting within the active list limit. Only the commissioner has the authority to place a player on the exempt list. Clubs have no such authority, and no exemption, regardless of circumstances, is automatic, which means that there is no black and white reason why you should be placed on this list. It is definitely up to the commissioner. And I think that while Deshaun's getting this all sorted out, he needs to be placed on the exempt list. It's not saying that he's guilty. It's that he needs to focus on this, and we're not taking money out of his pocket because if you were to suspend him, now you're taking money out of his pocket and you're basically saying he's guilty. On the exempt list, you're just saying you need to step away from the NFL and from the team. You need to handle your business, and then once it's all resolved, you can come back.
I completely disagree, because if you put somebody on the exempt list, that means that something was done wrong at some point. It does not say that Deshaun Watson is completely innocent of all charges and that he did nothing wrong. He is put in a situation where he is forced out of the sport, out of his career, out of his job, and he is no longer able to play until further notice, and that's up to the NFL's discretion when he's able to come back. I think that that is also encapsulated in you are guilty until proven innocent. I don't think that Deshaun Watson deserves to be on any sort of list. He deserves to stay as an active player. He deserves to be able to get his full paycheck and play with his teammates, because as of right now, he is innocent. He has done absolutely nothing wrong in the eyes of the court and in the eyes of the NFL. There is no reason that he should be penalized in any sort of way until we know anything further.
Well, and you mentioned this already. The New York Jets have already stepped away from the Deshaun Watson sweepstakes. They are no longer pursuing a trade for him. There are still other teams that have pulled back a little bit. The Houston Texans remain firm that they're not going to be trading the quarterback anyway, and that, at this point they're going to let things play out the way they seem. I just believe that Deshaun Watson, as of a month ago, was thinking that he was completely done with this Houston Texans organization. He wanted zero part of it, and now he has to rely on them to keep him as an employed part of the NFL. Deshaun Watson's luck, it has really swung in favor of the Houston Texans, and I hear a lot of reports and a lot of thoughts that, because the attorney for these women is best friends with the McNair family who own the Houston Texans, that there's a huge conspiracy brewing. I'm not here to disagree with that, but I also need to say that we need to take a look at what these women are saying and treat it as they are factual, until it's proven otherwise.
Well,
So
let me interject real quick. I just want to add this too while we're talking about it. The Houston Police Department has already done their investigation to make sure these are legitimate claims. They are legitimate claims. They've already said there is no foul play between the lawyer and the McNair family. There was conspiracy saying that they might be trying to go after each other in some other personal battle, but that has been proven not to be the case. So this is, in fact, legitimate civil lawsuits against DeShaun Watson.
So I think, I don't want to talk too much more about this because there's still a lot that needs to happen. We haven't heard from DeShaun Watson. We haven't heard from his attorney. And at this point, we're probably not going to until every single person has come forward and all the lawsuits have been filed. Again, I need to reiterate this. DeShaun Watson is innocent until proven guilty. He is being tried in a civil court, not criminal. The attorney for the women has given all of his evidence to the Houston Police Department. They will start the investigation into DeShaun Watson to see if there's any leverage for criminal charges. That remains to be seen at this point in time. Either way, DeShaun Watson has a lot on his plate, and that's why I believe he has to be put on the commissioner's exempt list. For all of you that are watching this video, I want you to take some time and actually write down in the comments. Let us know what you think about the DeShaun Watson case. Let us know if you think the NFL should take any action, and let us know what you believe is going to happen with this case, because truly and honestly, we don't know, and we're not in the business of trying to figure that out. That is for the lawyers to figure out. That is for the court system to figure out. But I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear from the trash talkers. Let us know in the comments and give us your opinions. All right, well, that's going to do it for now. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell. We go live every single day. That'll be all. Peace and love.